Well, hello, everybody. Welcome to Approved to Shop. We are with the fabulous, renowned artist Pamela Masik. And oh, Milo, how are you?
I'm fabulous.
We're live.
Excited.
We're live on Instagram, so I'm going to hit go live, which is fabulous. What an exciting time because we are just kicking off the East Side Culture Crawl, and we are at the vessel right at 49 Dunleavy.
Yes, it's a great space. I'm excited to be a part of this and I can't wait to show you what I have.
Well, it's amazing. And I will tell you right now, we are kind of taking people on a bit of a journey through your life. And it's been, what, 2018 since you kind of shut down the studio and said, I'm not going to be limited by four walls.
Absolutely. I made the world my studio. So I closed down. At the time, I had a 10,000 square foot studio in the city. Did a lot of amazing shows, installations, performances. And it was time. I had to go and explore and learn new things and be of the world.
Yeah, be of the world. And speaking of which, now everyone can see I'm doing a bit double duty, but it won't be the case the whole time. I want to take people through a bit of the journey. And the white tiger, which I, by the way, if you're watching on approvedtoshop.com, which I invite you to do if you're watching on all social media, do that because at the bottom of the screen, you're going to see, actually, I can even show you, you're going to see each item that we are displaying. And if you want to shop from home, that's great. But we're still inviting you to come down to the Eastside Culture Crawl at 49 Dunleavy until Sunday if you want. But I wanted to maybe start with the white tiger, which I right now. Yeah, clearly, little Milo. No, not the case. But the white tiger is really something that is very signature to your work, and this piece has traveled the world with you.
Yeah, it's a spirit totem, the tiger, and I painted one almost every year. And this one, at the time when I was creating it, when I had closed down my studio, made the world my studio, she came to me and she demanded a certain presence. And she came to the jungles of Brazil, Mexico City. She was in Singapore, on the East Coast, putting her, onto trees to paint. And I completed her when I came back to Canada. And this painting is called Rare. And there she is.
It's beautiful, and I will tell you when you get your original Masik pieces home, you're going to be very intrigued by the origin story of each. But as we work through many of the pieces that you can see here in person, or of course online at Approved to Shop, you're really going to also be able to. I'm going to say see different elements every single time you look. So I wonder if we should go maybe to some of your ritual series here, because once again we're traveling the world with you. So can you tell us
Yes.
about the pieces that we have here?
So I think at the time in 2018, when I closed down my studio, made the world my studio, I really wanted to learn new ways of creating. So, back in the day, I was using so many toxic materials. Now, of course, even these pieces that when I use resin is non-toxic. I wanted to take a step further. I wanted to learn how to use natural pigments and from flora, from fauna, and even the pigments of the pink and the purple are from crushing a cochinilla beetle. And everything is preserved in beeswax and tree resin. And it's a process that you would use in mummification. So I really wanted to learn these techniques. And to do so, I started in Mexico City. So this painting is a part of a series, a ritual series, where at my show, I lit the painting on fire.
Oh my gosh.
And I made an altar, and this altar had an urn with the ashes. And so for the rest of my travels, I had this flipping carcass
Oh my gosh.
in a suitcase, and you know how much it is for extra luggage. So they traveled the world with me. And again, it wasn't until I was back in Canada that I got, really understood what I wanted to do with the piece. And funny story about this piece is this is the inside of it. So this is another series called Skins. So this is, I mean, my work is one of one. So this piece is very dear to me. This is real gold leaf. All of my paintings that have gold leaf are the real deal. And I really wanted to get into the underbelly of everything, it seems.
Oh my gosh. I'm just looking to see who has commented. And by the way, if you're on Approved to Shop, which I recommend you go to because we've got about 20 pieces that we've listed on there. Some have payment plans as well if you want to get an original Masik home. But I just want to see if we have any comments. So Laura says stunning. Oh, Brooke says we look so pretty. Isn't that nice? But it's about the art. Brooke also said cool. And yes, once again, please make sure you understand that you can shop both online, but also if you live in the Vancouver area, we invite you to join us here at 49 Dunlevy. Okay, Amy, I'm going to get you to follow us over to the other ritual series. So first of all, again, this is part of the ritual series, but I want to take people to some of the smaller pieces, which I do have scripted for you. So let's start maybe with ritual one. Okay. And these, by the way, are $900. They are available on 4 interest-free payments. So you too, for just a few $100s, can get some original Masik pieces home. So talk us through, this one here is ritual one, I believe, and then we've got ritual two that is here.
I think it's really important as my price point has really elevated over the years. I mean, it's quite rare for me to be showing in number one Canada, Vancouver. My inventory is very limited. There's a wait list for my work. And I just thought, it would be a really good idea for me to make my work more accessible. So some of the price points are more reasonable. Wait till you see my vessels just around the corner. But these ones here, I love these because they have this like sculpture. No, you don't touch them. I'm allowed to touch them. Sculptural elements. And again, these are the pieces that I had made when I was in Mexico City. And yeah, I think that they're just stunning. They're preserved in the beeswax and tree resin, which was how mummification.
I'm just going to show the profile of it because it does kind of jet out.
Yeah.
So it's a
It's
I
very
mean,
sculptural.
very 3D sculptural
Yeah.
painting, but sculpture in a frame.
And I did a series like that in China where I was I mean, let's talk about world in the studio. So I opened for Fashion Week in China. I was working at this, I'm going off a little bit because I want to talk about why this is like a sculptural element, because I always have sculptural elements in some of my collections. And in this case, it was about pollution, and I was taking all of this material from the fashion house, and I made these sculptural paintings from like the runway and the plastics. And so I don't know. There's always a part of me that just loves this tactile quality of my work, even the paintings in themselves. Uh, Behind me, we have another.
Oh,
We'll get to it. We'll
get to that one.
So yeah, there is a sculptural element to it. I love these pieces because they are accessible, and I think it's really important that people can enjoy my work, my process. Again, all of these pigments are natural pigments from the earth, from flora, fauna, and even beetles.
So I'm going to highlight. So this one is ritual one.
Yes.
I'm going to highlight right now ritual two. Now, both of these pieces are $900. And let me tell you, Pamela's pieces, you've sold pieces for as much as 160,000. We have pieces in our lineup that run just over 22,000. Now, again, we know that's not for everyone, but there are some serious art collectors that have been following you for years and that have commissioned you for legacy work and pieces that I'm telling you, wait until you see what we have. But if you're thinking to yourself, gosh, I love the downtown East Side Culture Crawl, the East Side Culture Crawl. I'm so excited. Pamela is back out there for us to see. And you really want pieces. I want you to know that we can get you pieces home today on Approved to Shop. And this is such a great time for us to maybe go to some of the comma pieces. Viewer discretion advised. Just saying.
Okay, but we are going to come back to
We
that.
will come back. Oh, we're coming
Okay.
back. Don't worry, we're coming back.
So let's talk about accessibility. Well, they're probably wondering, well, how the hell did you go from like a tiger to ritual to Kama Sutra?
Yes.
Okay, this is.
Are you starting with the smaller ones?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay, you hold them up so we
Okay,
can
check
see
this
them.
out.
So you've got several series. Now, is that series, which one? Series, oh, that's one, perfect. So that one is series 3. It's $225. And again, available for you to break up those payments if you want. So, and this one here, oh
Don't
my
judge me.
gosh, we're not judging. There's something listen, we all be born somehow. Listen, life ain't that serious. I'm just telling you.
So yeah, I wanted to do something a little more fun and buy it for your grandmother.
Buy it for your grandmother. Is that what you said? Oh my gosh. Yeah, it's so,
Kidding.
so no, I mean,
But you can.
now these are obviously pieces of art, Pamela. And by the way, if you're just joining us, we're here with Pamela Masik, who is world-renowned artist, part of the East Side Culture Crawl, come out of a bit of not being in the public eye for some time.
Several years, yes.
We're going to take you through some pieces that helped Pamela through her recovery after a life-threatening accident. So we're going to talk about that in a second. But when I look at these pieces, no, it says don't touch. So I'll let you put them up there because I'm multitasking, obviously.
Okay, what do you want me to hold?
Well, I just was curious with these pieces, like they're
Okay.
pieces of art, but I mean, like if are like with these, are people just sort of laying them on a table? Are they putting their rings in them? Like what are we doing with these, or what can we do with?
Well,
I mean,
if I had company and I served on this dish, I would either stir up things, make people uncomfortable.
I'm going to highlight that one right now. That one is fabulous.
This is the original of the series. Now, when I say this,
Mhm.
this is pre-COVID. This is a time you're going to see some vessels I made, and so there is a relationship between these pieces. That is the original of the collection.
So this is the series one.
Oh, turn it over.
Oh, turn it over. Oh, okay. I'll let you do that because
Okay.
I don't want to be
So-
responsible if I drop.
So, I had these pieces that I'd made, and I really wasn't sure what I wanted to do with them. And then through my travels, I'm, I want to do something that's just fun. Like, I do so many different paintings. I've had darker series. I do uplifting work, and let's have some humor. So that's how this came about. And this piece is a comic plate. They're called the comic series, but this piece in itself has a signature about last night.
Oh, so okay, I'm not going to ask you about the story about that, Ms. Pamela. These are 400. Now there are three different sets of the
Yeah,
large.
there's-
So I will say those are 425. They are able to be broken up into 4 payments if you want. Listen, I'm not doing hard sells on you. This is literally us trying to show you what's available here from the Eastside Culture Crawl. We are live on location at 49 Dunlevy. You can come here if you're in the Vancouver area, but if you are not, you've made these pieces available online as
Yes.
well.
However, they are one of one. I do not.
So when they're
reproduce.
gone, okay?
When they're gone, they are gone.
Okay, okay. I'm just highlighting, I'm making sure I highlight the series two, just so everyone knows the series two. That one is right here. I'll let you hold that right close to camera if you don't mind, Pamela. That is series two, $425. Listen, if you go to approvedtoshop.com, here's what it looks like, my friends. You see a little button there and you get to press the button yourself. You can watch from your phone or your computer. And I will say, Pamela, as we talk a bit about your journey and how your pieces are created and your philosophy about life and legacy and all of that. Maybe come closer so we can see you.
Oh,
That's okay. Don't push up. But I want everyone to feel like, Christmas is around the corner and
Yes.
maybe you have someone in your life that is like, my gosh, like, wouldn't they love a piece like this? And I love the fact, Pamela, that you have, yes, you've got your, $22,000 pieces and your $39,000 pieces, but you've made some pieces that are just a couple of $100 and
Yeah.
425. We've broken
Yeah.
them up so that everyone can get a piece of art, because don't we all deserve art?
I think so, because there's a really big difference from going to HomeSense or IKEA and buying a print or a vase or and then actually buying from an artist who's created it with their own two hands, with a lot of love. And these ones just a little cheeky.
Yeah. I'm going to meet you over by please stand by, but I'm going to just give everyone I'll meet you right over there, Pamela. I'm just going to make sure everyone gets a chance to see. If you are at approvedtoshop.com, you're going to see all of these pieces. You'll see one specific highlighted, and then you're also going to see an area that says other products. And when you see the other products area, that's when you get to go ahead and click on all of them and see what's there. You're not committing to anything by clicking, but you are committing to just looking at what's there. And what a great chance to see things even before maybe heading down to the culture crawl.
Absolutely. I also have a few little paintings tucked under the table, if you haven't noticed. But I would really love to talk about this.
Okay, so this is called Please Stand By.
This is called This Is Not a Test.
This is not a test. I'm just making things up as I go along. So because what this reminds me of is of initially the TV in the middle of the night, right? When the broadcast went off and did the
Yes. Yes.
So this is
Yes.
not a test is what this is called.
Yes. So let me tell you the story of my work. I think that traveling, going through things, learning a lot about resilience and overcoming setbacks. My work is all big baby. Look at
Hello,
you.
my love.
Oh, hello. Oh, you guy. Oh,
Right on my front too.
he's my emotional support dog. So this painting there's just so much depth to it. And, I mean, we haven't really told you all of what that means when I say to have resilience, but I was in a very bad car accident. And painting was a place of reprieve for me in the moment. And then afterwards I pay for it. But basically, it was a year ago that I went to the beach, Spanish Banks, and it was 11/11. And without getting too emotional, I just really wanted to be in this moment to share my work again. And sorry. So I did this ritual where I was like, the sage, and these are like handwritten letters to the universe. There's a lucky horseshoe and remnants of rose petals. And I really like, how am I going to say something further with my work? I truly believe in my work. I believe it really uplifts the space. This painting in particular, it's so beautiful. And when you get close to it and you learn the story about these things that we really want for our lives and we can manifest them in our lives. And this is what I did. And this painting is a representation of that. And then I wanted to take it further. What do I want to say? And so, when I was traveling, there was a lot of times when I would be in nature. And these bars, when we were, maybe this is before your time, I don't know. But on the television, you have the bars and you have like, babe, this is a test. This is only a test. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it's not a test. Our environment is being affected by our ignorance and our choices. And so the painting just has little hints of a message. And that's what these bars represent. And there's a little hint of the fuchsia on the bottom and the text.
I'm going to
inside.
take it real close to the text because it's a little hard to see from a distance, but can
And
everybody
then
see that?
breaking away of the canvas.
Oh my gosh.
And so, I think it's really important in my work to have something that elevates, but also challenges the viewer in a way that develop. When you have this painting in your home, that you create, you build you have a relationship with my work because it reveals certain things to you at different times of day and the layers and layers. Like there are hundreds of layers in my paintings. This baby's heavy.
How long does it take you to, I mean, I imagine there's not a set timeline, but how long did it take you to create a piece like this is not a
So pre-accident, I would paint 20, 30. One time even about 70 paintings at once. I had 14,000 square feet and I had assistants like cleaning up after me in my wake. And that's how I worked. This one, and then I'll show you another one. These are the only two in my collections. I have a wait list for my commissions. So this painting took me, so think about it, 11/11,
right?
and I finished it in the summer.
Oh my gosh.
So it's a much a longer process. And the greatest thing is when I'm painting is that I get this feeling of joy because it's my love.
I have to tell you, for those of you, so Pamela and I met years ago when I was working on
Boom.
breakfast television, and it's so funny because
Is this before your jazz?
I know, yes, before my jazz singing career. But we used to do the live eye on breakfast television, the East Side Culture Crawl, and so it's such a full circle to come here, and I'm so grateful. Pamela, you've been such a advocate, and it's just I'm going to be honest with you, and I'll probably cry here that I didn't even know if you still remember who it was because all of a sudden you reached out, and she's like, I want to showcase my art on live shopping, and I was like, Pamela knows me. She remembers me, and he's like, I just, but not this thing about me. But the reason I bring this up is because, Pamela's art has been so incredibly important. In particular, obviously, to Vancouver. You had a whole series about missing and murdered Indigenous women. And so many people you can read about Pamela and so much at her website as well. But it's pieces like this that provoke thought, and it makes you, again, through your origin
And
story,
feeling, I hope.
and feel, of course.
Yeah.
But and that's the thing about art. We had, who is it? Mary said, great investment. So is this a considered piece? Absolutely, it's $46,000. But when you realize what goes into art and an artist, and the fact that this is so much built on your life experience and the conduit, because you are really a conduit, your story, your journey to what appears here, but what becomes, started maybe from your personal experience, has a way to really possibly transcend into someone else's experience.
Thank you.
Yeah. So go to approvetoshop.com. We want to take you to the other in the series, not the series, but you said this is one that
one of two,
and the other one is by the front.
Now, normally I would have over 100 available.
So let's make our way there.
So very limited right now.
Amy,
want to come back.
Do you want to come back here first? Yeah, we go wherever you want. Where do you want to go?
This is my
vessel?
work in progress. You're going to see this being worked on over the crawl. This is a kintsugi vessel. And so in alignment with, here, Milo. I think that just with my story, I think that people can relate to when things in life happen. It's really important to be resilient and keep going. And so this vessel was broken, and in the inside, there's always an element of surprise in my work. So again, it's a work in progress.
So
It's not done.
can we take a look inside?
Please, please. There's a
So
real
tell us what we're seeing in
this
this.
is a real bird's nest and 2 birds' eggs, gold. And so with my vessels and with everything I do, there's always an element of something I'm saying. This is obviously a little more surreal. It's not done. If you come to the culture crawl over the weekend, I will be working on this as well as another painting we'll show you in a sec. So I just wanted to bring this up and show this. It's not quite ready for acquisition.
So what does that mean? So if someone comes to the culture crawl, and says, "Oh gosh, Pamela, like I really want that." And by the way, like I mean, the video, I would like to say, video is pretty good, but it's still kind of hard to do justice. Look, okay, there we go.
I don't want to drop it again.
Wow, so cool. But if they go, gosh, I would like that, or I would like a version of that, what's involved in getting some of these commission pieces from you, or pieces that maybe have yet to be kind of finished? What's involved with
You're
that?
making me giggle because I'm thinking about the kintsugi, when something is broken in life, the philosophy is beautiful to me because, like half of my body, 7 surgeries later, like I was freaking broken. I didn't know if I'd be able to create again. Just so happened it was only, not too long before that this vessel had been broken by someone else. And I was devastated. And I think that when I was healing, I revisited this and I thought, you know what, this is going to be my act of repair. And you realize that when you do that, you become stronger. That, we should, cherish the wounds and the things that, we feel are setbacks. And this is what it represents, is that strength of character.
Yeah, I mean, if we think of, our whole life, and we think often of like the waves and the ripples and all these things, and there are 100%, I'm sure there are clearly times in all of our lives where like, wow, why did I have to go through that? Why did that happen? And at the time it's very hard to say, well, everything happens for a reason, because you're like, this sucks. But at the same time, if X didn't happen, then Y couldn't happen. And if Y didn't happen, then Z couldn't happen. And all these things. And so, it does show resilience. And this is what this is all about. This entire show is about a journey. It's about resilience. It's about bringing pieces of art to your life, to your home. And to be able to maybe start your collection. So maybe you're not starting with a piece that's $46,000 if that's not in your budget, but you want to start with a vessel. We've got vessels, we've got plates, we've got pieces that you can break up the payments. All you have to do is go to approvetoshop.com. You're going to click the button, see all the products, click all products, and you can see what's there. And of course, we still invite you to come down to the Culture Crawl. We've got giveaways as well at the Culture Crawl, and we'll tell you about that in a second. Why don't you lead Amy to our next piece? And I'm going to grab my camera. Where are we going?
Go to this.
You take me where you want to go. Where do you want to go?
So let's stay with this collection because it was very much inspired again through this whole recovery. However, another signature element of this painting is, it's like the underpinning of peace. So when I was recovering from this pretty bad car accident, I was on a little island, and I was, at first I couldn't walk even like 2 steps, and built my way up, and I finally got, after 6 months, able to walk to this beach, and all these tourists were standing there and taking photos, and look at me, it's a beautiful beach, and I'm sitting there going, you fucking idiot, like look at the beach. And so, oops.
No.
Okay.
Hey, this isn't TV. You can say whatever you want.
So, but the beach was literally covered in plastic, like covered. Every type of plastic. Like it was just mind boggling. And so everything, like all of my work has something in it. Like there's always some story. And this on the one hand is very hopeful and uplifting, and there's a personal story of resilience and overcoming. However, there's always a hint of something in it. So this is called Where the Flowers Bloom. It's the second painting of a series called Hope. These paintings are never ever available. I'm telling you, they are never available, and you could see why. They are just so beautiful. And I remember painting it, and well, you saw how emotional I can get just like 5 minutes ago. But it's like, if you, I can't explain like how hard it's been to paint the way that I normally paint. So I was just determined if it was like one brush stroke, and then I'd have to lay down in a bed of ice because my nerves were burning and stuff. But that one brush stroke, I would be so fucking happy. Like I would be so joyful. Like I've been painting since I was 7 years old. So you would understand if I had lost the ability to paint, I would die. So I just thought, I'm going to keep nurturing this one brush stroke at a time. And so something like this that I would paint 20, 30 paintings at once would take me about 3 months. This one took me over a year.
Wow.
And in this left corner,
I'm going to take people there. Hold on. There we go. Okay, you can do
getting
that.
back to this beautiful island that I lived on where everyone was taking photos, this is a piece of, like fruit when it's wrapped up in this plastic.
Yes, the little
It's
mesh.
it's such a like contradiction. You get a piece of fruit, but here's a plastic bag, or you know what I mean? And so it's just this reminder, and that's kind of with my work now. The thing about these paintings that are so gorgeous is that I paint them in a way, in a moment, you're going to see the inside of a painting. It's a work in progress. It's a special legacy painting. But it's like not usually something I show, but I'm really excited to be showing it at the Culture Crawl because it's really, you're actually going to see me paint too. Anyway, this painting and these paintings in general, they change color during the day. And the reason why is because of the way that I paint. So there's layers and layers, and I start with opaques, go into semi-transparents, and then transparents. And so when the light hits it, it's like the light is painting with me. So when the seasons come and go, depending on where you live, where the painting's hung, they literally change color. So it feels like this living, breathing thing. It becomes its own, it's just, they're just, and I say this in the most humble, humblest of ways. Like it's just, I'm probably making it noisy with my sorry.
No, you're good.
So yeah, I just so love these paintings. And the first one was called Hope is Water in the Garden. And that was another one in my, this whole idea of having hope and keep painting stuff. And I do believe I'm a conduit. So when I'm painting, all of these feelings they're almost like channeling into these layers and layers. And so my hope and my intention is that this brings you that love and that hope and that joy and that peace. We all need peace in our lives, really.
Yeah, we sure do.
So it's getting harder for me to let go of them because they're so rare.
Well, they're so rare and they're such a part of your journey. And I just want to let everyone know too. So not all the pieces we're showing have I quote unquote scripted in the show.
Yeah.
But you can absolutely find all the pieces at Pamela Masik's website. We've got a lot listed at Approved to Shop. And then of course, if you are in Vancouver or the Vancouver area, we invite you to join us at the East Side Culture Crawl. Mary says, so beautiful, great investments. Thank you, those of you who are joining us on all platforms. We're on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. But if you're on Approved to Shop, you're going to be able to click buttons. You're going to be able to see the payment structure and all that kind of stuff. I would love to take people through some of the vessels.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Should we start here only because we're right here, do you think? Or do you want
Yeah,
to do some of
absolutely.
that? Yeah.
But I want to show you something.
Oh, where do you want to go? You want to, I can take it. I'll follow
I
you.
just want to show
Oh,
you
sure.
one. This is super rare because I don't normally do. Here's one here. That is of the series that I just completed. And I decided to keep it raw. But you can still so you can see the layers. And this is what is the name of this one again?
Do we have this in here?
Yeah, this is when we met, or I think
Hold on.
that's
Oh, yes, hold on. Let me
What
find
is it
it. Let
called?
me find it.
I'm just kidding.
Then there was us.
Then there was us.
Then there was us. Here we are.
You and me, baby.
There
And
we
there
go.
was us. So this is a 26 by 36 2-inch side, and it's just I super love this, and it's kind of segueing into this it's all related, right?
Right.
But I normally don't paint this small, and so when you see a gem like this, you snatch it up.
Yeah, 8,125. Again, many of the pieces, not all, but many of the pieces do have a payment plan available if you need. What I will say again, remember, art is an investment, and this is an opportunity for you to get pieces that aren't fast. These are pieces to get, a time to get meaningful pieces for both Pamela in their incarnation and, of course, for you at home. Okay, should we take to some vessels? Where do you want to go? Where do you want to go next, Pamela? You're the boss of the hot sauce. Well, listen, you got out of the studio, make the world your studio, and here we are in a studio, first time since 2018. Here we go.
You know what? There are some vessels I want to show, but before we go here, let's go back over here. We'll leave them
Okay.
to that later. I want to tell the story about just before I left the country. I had this massive studio that I felt like it was owning me over time. It was just like I just started feeling at first it was like so great, and then all of a sudden like I need the world to be my studio. I can't be here anymore. So before I left, I made these vessels and show you a wrong one. And what I did was on the wheel, I made them. And then I took a bondage rope and I cinched it. And maybe I felt that way. I don't know. And they just sat and I stared at them for a very long time because I didn't know what I wanted to do with them. And then finally, most recently, I decided I wanted to paint them and I wanted to tell stories on them. So, this, of course, is the naked truth. But I do love this one. And then up above that, we can just go up to this lenticular print. I don't know if you're going to be able to get that.
We'll see if we can with that. Let me see if I can get it. Oh, there we go. Here we go. There.
So this piece it's basically two prints in one. And it's very much related to the Kama Sutra and the bondage rope around the sculptures. And I did a show in Mexico City of those, so I thought I would just show one. That's actually the only one available. I don't think it's on you.
Should we show how the pieces are going to come packaged? So when you get your pieces, by the way, you could pick them up either at Pamela's website. We invite you to come to the Eastside Culture Crawl. If you are in the Vancouver area, runs until Sunday, but also approvedtoshop.com. Everything is listed. What is not, you can get. Now, when you get your pieces, they will be shipped to you.
So, I love an experience and everything has meaning. So this is how you get the piece. This is my signature trademark Masik. And some of them are like this, others are painted. The boxes, I love to upcycle things. So these are actually originally from my moe. I
love it. I love it.
So let's do this. Let me do this. Okay. Oh, honey, you shouldn't have. I just love this gift. Thank you so much.
Wait, hold on. You'll pretend you're giving it to me. Hold on. I'm going to do this thing here. Hold on. Okay. Oh my gosh. What did you get me?
A very special gift full of meaning.
An original Masik. Oh my gosh. Okay. Now I'm going to be very careful because I don't want to wreck this, but okay. And everything comes beautifully packaged, protected.
Yes.
And then will you show us very closely to camera?
Oh, why don't you close your eyes? I don't
Okay,
mind. I just
okay.
I just
All right, okay.
Now you go for that.
How do I get-
Like, oh my gosh, you talk about it.
Oh, I'll be very careful. Okay.
It's okay.
Can I go like this? Okay. You need to see this up close. How beautiful. Oh my gosh. So you've got to get the bondage on there. And this has some little cheeky art to it.
This is actually inspired by a painting. So these are from my original paintings. And then some of them are more automatic. But this one, these are all called morphologies of the unseen body. So they all have stories. Get a little card in it with the story. And I mean, well, it's not television, so let's just
No, you can show everything. This is the nice thing about live streaming. There's kind of no rules. It's a bit of the Wild West right now.
So this is one of them.
But also the body.
This is absolutely freaking amazing, and I just love.
And there's like beading.
There's beading on this one, yeah. And
So
now
it's called like a mixed media
um,
vessel. Like, how would you describe?
well, it's a traditional vessel.
Yes.
With a massive
With
with a massive je ne sais quoi.
well, I know what that was. There's a lot of quads going on there.
Okay, and I'm gonna show you another one. This is called Slay. So basically, I'm an automatic painter when I'm talking about when I have like an image of, figurative or surrealism. What that means is I'm tapping into like a subconscious place. I don't plan on what I'm painting, it just comes out. So here I am sitting painting this thing, and you know what my mother says.
What is your mother say?
So this woman is sitting on a riverbed, and she's got a blade in her hand. It's like a samurai sword, and there's blood on it. And there's a purple tiger behind that's been slayed. Okay.
Get it nice and close. Yeah, there we go.
There we go. So there she is. And it's like, well, why are you so happy? And there's a monkey on her back, which just so happens to well, we know the sex. And on his head is a little bird in a like a cuckoo bird. And I showed one of my collectors, and she's like, oh, my husband, because sometimes makes me feel like I'm crazy. And I just thought, there's a story in here. And it's about empowerment. It's about taking your power back. And despite the fact that you have a monkey on your back and you slayed a tiger, I don't know, interpret the rest, but you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, I will say these pieces are absolutely incredible. If it's been a while since you've seen Pamela Masik kind of out and about, and even on social media, you've only really just sort of restarted things. You've always been
Yeah.
working.
Well, I've always been working, but because of this accident that I was in, so it was 7 years ago that I had maybe even really shown. It's been over 2 decades I've participated in the culture crawl. It's not really something that I would normally do because of my schedule or my work and stuff. And I'm in this place. I'm just going to tell you something. I need to tell the viewers about this place. So where I am, where this studio is called the Vessel, and these wonderful ladies created this concept where you share the space, and it's all about community. And so I can't even tell you how important and how meaningful it was, because I wasn't able to commit to a lease because of my accident and like the kind of therapies that I have to do. Sometimes like I just can't even function. So when I could, I just kept going. And as of late, I've been so inspired that this is just like it's expanding. I'm loving my direction. I'll continue to do some of the vessel work. So a lot of really exciting things coming up. But this is where I'm at, and I think I'm kind of running on.
No. What I'm going to do is I'm going to do a little walk around of some of the pieces, and I want to meet you back by this legacy piece here. So once again, if you are watching right now, thank you. You are watching Approved to Shop. You're watching Pamela Masik, who is at the downtown East Side Culture Crawl. And just to show you, and yes, we've got people here as well. So we are open now, and it's all kind of all weekend long. So again, we've taken you on many of Pamela's journeys with the White Tiger, with Ritual. She's got a number of vessels, which we'll kind of focus on again. But you also, Pamela, have some incredible pieces. And this is part of legacy. And you have a very interesting philosophy about legacy, because so much of what we hear about legacy often has to do with past and how we
Yes.
are remembered.
Yes.
So what is your mindset on legacy?
Well, I think it had, you mentioned about, before, like when something happens to you and you, why is this happening? And I think that, with the accident, it's really allowed me to go deeper into my work. I was very isolated for a while. And I think that it taught me something about connection. And so I had a lot of thought about, what you leave behind and what that means. And really, legacy isn't about what you leave behind. It's what you carry forward for generations to come. And when it comes to art, this allows me to create something that is so personalized and so meaningful to the collector. It's not about, like a lot of times people might collect art for a status symbol. This is a very personal thing that when you pass, your family, your generation, like they carry it forward. So what you're seeing right now is a very West Coast inspired. These are like the bones of my painting. And what I mean by that is like everything you've seen, there's layers, hundreds of layers. And this part of my painting is how I make my work three-dimensional. So if you take a side angle, you'll see that even like feeling it, this tactile quality. Go ahead, John.
Is it okay if I touch it?
Of course.
Okay.
You see how much
Oh, wow.
yeah. And so basically what I do is I take
Oh,
time
wow.
to build up this structure of the bones, and I take something that's inspirational to the family, maybe a viewpoint that's very West Coast, and through the process of these layers, I create, this will be abstracted. This is just like the middle of the piece. A lot of blue washes and different colors that, really we predetermined palette and stuff. And then the next thing is the family gives me materials to tell a story about them. So family crest and words and things like a ribbon from one of their children who's a dancer, and little elements like that that I'll weave into the painting in the upper layers, so that when you have it in your home, you get all that good raw emotional energy from a Masik painting. But then when you get close to it, you have a conversational piece that tells a story of the family. So your little grandchild, when you're passed on, says, "Yeah, this is the story of my grandpa," or you know what I mean. It's a piece that you carry forward and celebrate the family, and you know it's all about connection. So this is it. I love this piece.
Oh my gosh.
So it's not done yet. Over the next few days, you will see me working on this.
I'm curious, because like, how do you know when a piece is done, or do you just know? Like, do you ever kind of look back and go, oh, one more little thing? I don't know. Maybe it's a stupid question, but like,
No, not at all. Not at all.
like, there's always things that, and I'm by no means an artist, although I should share a
No.
picture of you when I was 8 and I received an easel for my birthday. And yes, that was a short-lived, I became an artist in other ways. But, I always think, gosh, like,
How do you?
even in life, I always think, like, are we ever finished?
Are you? What is it? What is the act of letting go? Because you'll notice in my work, and actually, master ceramists, I don't think they really like me because I have this ability to add this creative element that's very unique to me. I know how to access it, and I'm not afraid to try new things. When it comes to having a piece finished, we're aiming for progress and not perfection. And the moment you aim for perfection and you go into a piece and you think, I gotta do this, gotta do that. No, you gotta let the piece breathe and be what it is. Like that's kind of a special thing I think you learn over time. I mean, I've been painting since I was 7 or 8 years old. So, there's a lot of really questionable paintings I've made in my history. But you got it's like a baseball player, you get a lot of strikeouts before you get that home run.
Yeah, but at the same time, it's a progression, right? And
Yeah.
you've taken us through quite the journey. I want to
Yeah.
take a look at some of your other vessels
Yes.
that we have, but I also want to just welcome everybody that's sort of made their way here. We're kind of in a working space right now. The East Side Culture Crawl is on, and you're catching really a preview of it here with Pamela Masik. Oh, and can you tell us what's happening? You've offered like
Okay.
a special thing for the people that come down.
So, well, if I like you, I'll do something for you. No, just
Oh,
kidding.
if she likes you. Listen, let me tell you, this woman, she is like one of the most genuine, authentic people you'll ever meet, and I have a feeling it would take a lot for her not to like you.
So these, oh, thank you. That's really sweet. Thank you. What I did was I made these little totes to gift creations that I made when I was traveling the world. I had a studio in Zeffirelli's home in Italy, and this is one of the pieces I made. And follow me on Instagram. I'll tell you exactly how to win one. I want to show you another one. This one was made in the jungle of Brazil.
And these are giveaways that you're doing.
Yeah,
That giveaways.
Yeah.
So like great chance to buy art, but also come to the culture crawl because you might actually get one.
So this is when I discovered that I really don't like bugs when I was in the jungle in the Amazon. you know, I lasted a short time, but while I was there, I was learning how to use pigments and from literally like the earth and plants and stuff. And so this is one of the creations.
Wow. Okay, let me see if we get no reflection on there for you. There we go. Wow.
So that, yeah, so all of these little pieces that I have, check back in my stories. I'll be posting how to win a painting, how to get these giveaways over the next 3 days
At the artist Masik, correct?
at the Artist Masik.
Okay.
And so all of them, like, they're in different parts. This one was made in Mexico City, so it's like, yeah, it's hard to see them.
Do you know, I was just in Mexico City last
I
night.
saw that. I'm so jealous. I love
Let me
it.
tell you, I got a big piece of artwork on my
No.
my trick. I fell.
Oh, okay.
And oh yeah, no. Someone did try to convince me to get a tattoo, but no, I got a big bruise. But anyway, but there's art in everything. So yeah, well, my husband goes, it kind of looks like a heart. I'm like, well, it doesn't feel like one. Okay, so yes, if you come by, there is a chance that you could win some original Masik art. But we've shown you incredible legacy pieces. We've shown you pieces that are certainly more investment. We've shown you the comma series, which are in the background. I'm not going to go back there because I want to make sure we have time to look at the vessels.
Yes.
But there is literally something for everyone. There are payment plans for many of the pieces, not necessarily the $20,000, $30,000, $40,000 pieces, but there are for some of like the $200 and $400 pieces. So if the price is standing in your way, but you really want a piece of art, you wanted to make it so that there was an accessibility.
Yes.
Anyone that wants some beauty, some thoughtful pieces in their life. And I think that again just speaks to the generosity of Miss Masik.
Thank you.
So tell us about the pieces here.
So this one is called The Guardian. And again, these are stories that automatically come out when I'm painting. And you will see, I don't want to ruin it, but you're going to see a diamond dusted tiger. It's actually even a diamond dust. And a queen. There's an angel. And, you know, there's like a story in this vessel. This is a closed vessel. And a lot of times I think with the vessels, they are stories that we don't talk about. And so this is a way for me to tell them. Now it's up to you to figure it out. And then this one here, yeah, no, let me hold this one. You know what I love about these pieces is that they're just so tactile. Like it's just, you know, there's something about it. So basically, and you don't have to keep this on here. You can take it off if you want, but I'm going to show you what it looks like underneath. So the reason why I have this on is because, you know, I made this with this. So I made on the wheel, and then this is just before I left the country. I'm like, I gotta get the hell out of here. No, okay, in all honesty, I just really wanted a new experience in life. And you know what? You gotta go and take those experiences. And so I made the world my studio. But I think that before I was leaving, I just felt a little too confined for my own soul and spirit. And so this was a symbolism of that, and I cinched it. And that's a brave act. Like, you know, when you make something, it looks so beautiful, and you're like, oh, let's see what happens now.
Yeah.
Most people wouldn't do that.
I want to show the Guardian again. Also, I've highlighted the Guardian.
Yeah,
So
please do.
yeah.
So yeah, you can also have it like this. This one's actually this is inspired by an ancient tableau of the Kama Sutra. So I'm going to show you some elements.
Oh, I love it.
So this is a goddess here with a breast necklace, and then I don't know if you can see there's a figure down here, and well, the rest of the story.
What
Okay,
let's
let's show.
And the only reason I want to show is because I've now
Yes.
highlighted the Guardian in Approved to Shop. I've got it
Yes.
as a clickable link. You can still
Yes.
find everything at Pamela's website as well. But maybe talk us through again a few of the elements here. Just now that I have it highlighted, it's
Okay.
$4,900, by the way, everybody, and is available on interest-free payments.
So this is the first of the larger closed vessels. You see that these ones on the top and stuff are open. And you know that I paint a tiger every year, and this is my new one. And I think there's something to be said about the idea of a guardian. Again, this is automatic painting, so the story just kind of reveals itself. See, there's an angel. There's an angel name. There's the queen. Look at all the
beading.
And then, of course, there's a patriarchal figure, the broken winged butterfly, picket fence. And it's just maybe I don't know, maybe the guardian saves you, saves you from your own life. And then the top of it, let's just do a little.
Oh, you got the eye.
Is the evil
Now,
eye.
do you call it the evil eye or the Guardian eye? I guess it's kind of the same. Or
You know what? You'll see them throughout a lot of my vessels. and it's like this protection. And so these are almost like these sacred, what's the word, talisman?
Yeah.
You know, like it's, to me, these are a very sacred piece, like a guardian. It's like warding off these spirits. And, you know, I think that the things, I mean, the accident was only one thing. I had to overcome many, many things. And, you know, maybe this is a story about that, and that you're always protected from all of the bullshit illusions. And, you know, but I do paint quite loose. And so I invite the collector and the viewer to really explore what that story is, because there's a lot of hidden imagery. Like look at the you see the two birds up there, and then there's another bird on this like fence, but the fence becomes this cage around this male head, and there's part of a balance here. So there's just so many elements that you can, you know, explore as you see the piece and you live with the piece and you see the diamonds.
There's little sparkles and
Yeah,
the light
done.
hit it a different way. And
Mhm.
so, and you also have some abstract comma plates as well. Let me highlight those. So tell us about that while I go highlight it.
Oh, those ones are way over here.
That's okay. And
This is a
have over there too.
this is a this is a Kama Sutra plate, but it's not the abstract ones. I'll show you those ones. So
Yeah.
actually, you know what? Okay, we'll show them. I just wanted to show them the white vessel and
Yeah.
the blue vessel. Those pieces are
We will.
stunning. Okay. So these pieces, again, these are all handmade. You can tell when I was getting really arthritic. The little wave here. So these are just more abstracted, kind of Kama Sutra inspired, and then the backs of them, they're, you know, different textures and mediums. This one's gold with green and pink.
And so you're sculpting those from scratch and you're using different materials. Where do you get your inspiration for the materials you're going to use?
You know what? I actually have discovered that I really enjoy painting on a sculptural element. You're going to see more of it. I mean, I've done some of that stuff before with upcycled material, but I really love the natural element of the clay.
Mm.
And then these ones here, I know they might not be highlighted, but
That's okay. We can show you.
what I love about these is the painting technique and the style, like in the painting technique and style of these ones. I completely lost myself in my process, and you know, it's very reminiscent of this painting behind us.
Mark from LA says hello, loves the color combinations. Thank you, Mark, for watching. Shall we take people to the white?
Oh, yes.
So don't forget too, this is not a test. We've got the ritual series. We've got so much. And by the way, you want to give a shout out because you've got a nice little bartender that'll be here throughout the crawl.
Hey, she's MIA. Where is she? I'm going to become the bartender.
No, in about
She will be here.
in about 8 minutes, I'll be.
She will be here. Well, it is a mocktail bar.
That's perfect.
For the, you know,
That's perfect, of course.
the company's called Pour Decisions. Just want to give a shout out.
That's
It's
nice.
great and very creative with her drinks and great to work with. So
Beautiful. So, okay,
Okay.
should we go to the blue or the white first? And I'll highlight.
let's go with the white.
Okay.
Oh my God, I love these so much. I don't even know if I could say that. You know, I've never really been that kind of person. Like, I'm always so grateful when someone collects a piece of mine, because it allows me to continue to create and do what I love. And like, I really love to create. Can you tell? So this piece is an open vessel. You can
I won't know. I don't want to hold it. So
Okay.
don't pass it to me. I'm just.
touch it.
Oh.
There's just so much soul.
Yes.
I was making it, and the rim is just
Hold it up
completely.
close so everyone can see.
And the inside is like this, just a beautiful glaze. And I just love this piece. It's so organic and just naturally beautiful, you know?
$4,600 available at approved2shop.com. And again, check where there's payment plans if that's what you need. But again, beautiful pieces. Let's show the blue.
So this piece is actually from the morphologies of the unseen body. However, I wanted to, first of all, paint it in almost like what's it called when you do even the style of the hair, like the light to dark thing?
Oh, the veil.
Balayage. So I was applying
Ombre, yes.
ombre. This is ombre. And I just there's something about these pieces, like you can feel this, and I want you to feel this. Like you can actually feel how I made it, and the lines indicate like where the and this was a deliberate. And then look at it, kind of looks like a human body.
Oh my gosh, I love that.
Like it's like this person standing like this. Anyway, please hold it.
Can I hold it? Okay,
Of course, of course.
I'm okay.
Just like feel it.
There's a nice weight.
Yeah, just put your hands on it, like how I made it. You can feel. Put your thumb like here,
Here?
here.
Yes, yes.
Feel that.
Oh yeah.
So good. Eh?
Oh my gosh.
There's soul to
And
every
even on the
piece.
inside, like
Yeah.
there's texture and this is absolutely beautiful.
So I love these two together.
Gorgeous pieces. I'm going to put this here. And by the way, if you ever want to purchase, I'll let you do that. Purchase together. You can do that. These you can build your collection today with Pamela Masik. Look how beautiful they are. And okay, let's just show that. Let's give you some inspo, my friends. I tell you what, if you come here to the East Side Culture Crawl, 49 Dunlevy until Sunday, you can come in person, but don't be limited by geography. We have something for absolutely everyone, every price point, every desire. You want vessels, you want plates, you want small plates, you want paintings, you want a legacy piece. Now you're also here with another artist that you've been.
Yes, I
Can I give
am.
a shout out? Is it okay?
Yeah, I want to actually, she's right upstairs right now. So I want to show you her work. So she's a great floral artist. A lot of times people would say, as an artist to another artist, like, oh, aren't they competition? And I don't believe in that shit. I think that you need to co-elevate, support each other. And there she is. Come on.
Go on in, go on in.
This
We got
is
about
Masik
yes.
and Mooney. This is Dana Mooney. Amazing, talented, beautiful. Can I show them my favorite piece of yours?
Yeah.
Okay, I don't know which one to choose.
Which one? Which one?
As I really love her work. It just makes
Which one? Which one are we doing?
so, oh God, now I can sigh. Because they just keep growing on me. It's like I keep seeing like over there. I'm like, oh my God, I see something. But this is one here.
You're going.
I absolutely, when she first brought me in, we are both part of the vessel here. Shout out to the vessel. You guys are amazing. We love you. This painting here, I love this painting. It's just so flippin' gorgeous. It's
It's called Grounded Florals.
mm.
It's one of my newest floral ones, and yeah, I'm glad you love it.
I absolutely love it. Okay, can I show them what other ones I like really quick? Okay. Okay, no, she's a really talented one. And when I say that, there's this element of like a control, but like a letting go, and the colors, and she's just a really great artist. And I believe that we all need to support each other. And this is why I want to take a moment and tell you that I love you. We actually met here at the Vessel because the Vessel inspires community and supports women in business. And so let me show you these paintings as well. I love these blues. Look at that. Look at that.
Beautiful. All at the East Side Culture Crawl. If you want to come down here, of course, there are many, many locations, but come here to 49 Dunlevy in Vancouver. Now, I don't want you to feel like you are limited at all by geography, because again, Pamela is live streaming here on Approved to Shop so that you can have access to pieces and you can be able to get your pieces home. We've got Ron who is watching. We've got so many of you. I want to make our way back to your pieces as we wrap right now. Pamela, any final words for anybody that is thinking about coming down to the crawl, or if they're thinking about purchasing a Masik piece for the first time, what do you want them to know?
I think that I just want to say that I will be here for the weekend, and I think I'm going to sleep all night and into the day. It's not open until tomorrow night. And you're going to see me in action. I have work to do, reality.
So you actually be paid?
Yeah, I have
Okay.
actually work to do. And
Okay.
you're going to just come in, and if you want to come by, say hello, great. I would love to share my work with you. And also, if you want to see me in action, I'm going to be working on this big painting behind me here. Because I have a wait list of commissions, and Christmas is coming, and I'm inspired. So, I'm not going to be standing around waiting for you to come in. I'm going to be working. So if you want to enjoy that process, also the kintsugi vessel I'll be working on. And it's what I love to do. So come and visit, say hello, buy some art, support
Yes.
artists in the city.
Support
And
artists.
here's the deal. If you get one from me, you gotta buy a floral from me.
Well, and I tell you what, you've made it so easy for people to get pieces home. I think that This Is Not a Test is my favorite because I like the TV bars in there, but also you got some beautiful vessels, some
Thank you.
plates, there's some cheeky art, some hidden art. There's a story behind everything, and this is a rare opportunity to also see the artist, to meet the artist, to hear the story, to be inspired. You are an inspiration always.
Oh,
Pamela. We've barely scratched the surface.
Yeah.
You have to come down to the East Side Culture Crawl, and of course follow Pamela at the artist Masik, the artist Masik, on Instagram, and that's the best way. So Pamela Masik, again, thank you so much. It was just such a pleasure to see you. And
Thank you.
yeah, keep shopping at approvedtoshop.com, and of course you can also check out Pamela's website and come down to the downtown East Side Culture Crawl. Thanks, everybody.
See you later.